Shalom, shalom. All right, I want to start off by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders who rule well. Peace and salutations to the house of David, the late man, pushing his truth and faith and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, so we can get out of here. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash, Barak, Thumb. That's how you sincere listeners who may tune into this. All right. And it's the brother Yatazakah coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and prophet Yahweh Shema Shai by Shem Kakadash. All praises and honor due. All right. And I want to go into a lesson on a global police state because I was watching RT earlier, and it was very interesting, and intriguing, you know. Yeah, this Edomite on there, I'm not for sure his name, but he was pretty much speaking on how um, we're going into a global police state. We're on the brink of a global police state, which is pretty much like similar to a heavy capitalistic globe. So I got a little article from Google, and I'm gonna read up on what a global police state is. And I'm gonna hit some precepts. Yeah, but smash about Kakadash Barakatah. Shalom, bro. Um, let's see. Matter of fact, bear with me 1 second, brothers. Make sure I get these pre's. It's lucky, brothers. Bear with me 1 second, brothers. Try to see this. Okay. Shalom, it's lucky. Yabashima Shabakata, Shalom, bro. Shalom. So yes, a global police state. This article is it's called Global Police State, and it says it's by William I. Robertson, and it was actually published on December 11th, 2018. It says a global police state is emerging as capitalism descends into an unprecedented crisis, given the extent of ecological degradation and social deterioration, the sheer scale of the means of violence deployed upon around the world. And this is prevalent right now. You got ecological degradation, social um deterioration, and sheer violence. What's going on, brother? Sheer violence, deployed around the world on a massive level. You know, it says global police state refers to the three interrelated developments, ever more omnipresent systems of social control, repression, and warfare to contain the real and potential rebellion of the global working class and surplus humanity. You know, so it says ever more omnipresent systems of social control, which is that's heavy here in America. Even though they say this is the land of the free and you can speak what you want to speak, but you got such as some called on a social network where they just what's the name of it? They only let you social network censorship, speech censorship. You know what I'm saying? And then you got certain things that you can say or you can't say, or people will be on your ass out here in America. You know, which it says repression and warfare to contain the real and potential rebellion of the global working class and surplus humanity, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? The elites who run the world, they pretty much repress the working class people. The everyday citizen or humanity. You know what I'm saying? They wage warfare against them through biological warfare, through economic warfare to be able to continue to repress and oppress them for rebelling against their new world order. You know, it says a global number two, a global economic based on, I mean, it's like a global economy based on the development and deployment of these systems of warfare, control, and repression as a means of making profit and accumulating capital in the face of stagnation, militarized accumulation, the move toward totalitarian political systems characterized as 21st century fascism. And I'm gonna look this word fascism up, because that's what it's all about as well. Making profit and accumulating capital in the face of stagnation. Militarized accumulation, because pretty much the military is going to become the new police for America. You know what I'm saying? Which they're gonna oppress the people, and they're gonna only allow you to do certain things. They're gonna wage the police to be the to go to war with the citizen. That's what we're on the brink of right now. That's why everything is falling apart. This is all plans of the elite. You know, hold on, fascism, Slovakia, fascism. Let me get this. Fascism, it says, is a form of far right authoritarian ultra nationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society of the economy, which came to prominence in early 20th century in Europe. Which this is the same thing Esau's on nowadays, man. You know, strong forcible suppression of opposition, and he's been on this, since the time of the Maccabees, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get, because they said it started in it came to prominence in the early 20th century in Europe, which we know those were Edomites in the 20th century in Europe. But this been going on since the time of the Greeks. Which all these were Edomites. Um, let's get it right here. This First Maccabees chapter 1 in verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And that's what's going on right now, that Antiochus, King Antiochus, which was a chief Edomite. You have Antiochus back today through these elites who are in power, who pretty much want everybody to be one people, a new world, want everybody to be under a one world government, a totalitarian system where you have a few people who pretty much run the whole world and run everything that goes on out here, which are the same Edomites who run the world today in the reincarnation. It says, here go right here, verse 43. I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says, verse 43, yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. And that's what time we're coming into right now. Which also links up with Revelation, the 13th chapter. Because this is why they pushing this totalitarian government. To suppress people, to not be able to do to have a voice, or be able to do the things that they would, or they're gonna get put to death. This what time we in right now, and that's why society is crumbling on so many facets because this is the plan of the elite, so they can be able to forcibly suppress and oppress you and make you obey their will. You know, this is Revelations chapter 13 and Salakia, uh, verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised of all power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." You know, because you had the Roman Empire, you know, but before America, which is pretty much the revitalized, not pretty much, but is the revitalized Roman Empire. You know, and Rome, they was they were trying, they pretty much was enforcing our people to live after their certain customs, but they wasn't enforcing it all the way. You know what I'm saying? Because you still had some our people still allowed to follow after their customs, but you had before that you had the Greeks, which the Romans pretty much modeled their society after the Greeks, which the Greeks, they were enforcing that you followed after their customs, you know. But now you got America right now who is doing the same thing. They speaking as a lamb, like right now you got these two horns, you know, which is the Democratic and the Republican Party, you know. Shalom, you know, you got the two horns, which is the Democratic and the Republican Party, and they're speaking as a lamb. You know, they're like a lamb, you know, saying that, oh, we got all these things and plan to make things better, but really they just saying this because but they're just saying this to ease people over so that this totalitarian government and one world or ordinance can come to play, you know. And they said he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, you know, which was the Roman Greco Empire, you know, which was ultimately enforcing people to profane Sabbaths and worship idols, you know, which we coming into the same thing right now. This what a global police state is all about, you know. Um, dictator, which links up with fascism, you know, which is dictatorial power and forcible suppression of opposition and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which came to prominence in the early 20th century in Europe, you know, which is these the same damn Edomites, man, you know. In this and when it says that and when it says that they had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon, that's going into that draconian law, you know, which where they forcibly make you do something, you know, which that's all what a police state is about. They're gonna forcibly make you do the shit that they tell you to do, you know. You're gonna have to forcibly live like how they want you to live, you know. I'm gonna go back to the article. It says the turn towards a global police state is structurally rooted in capitalism's Achilles heel. Over accumulation, polarization of income and wealth is endemic to capitalism. The capitalist class appropriates as profit much of the wealth society collectively produces, so that as the system churns out wealth, the mass of workers cannot actually consume it. And that's what's going on right now, you know, because we're Americans, they look at themselves as citizens, you know, but you're really nothing but an employee. You're really nothing but a slave. You know, that's why I speak about in Revelations, the 18th chapter, that there was slaves here in America when this place was destroyed. You know, because you do got slaves. Matter of fact, let me get that. Um, let me get that. Salakia. Um, Salakia. I know it's Revelations 18. See exactly what verse. I'm gonna just look it up. Salakia. Slaves. Yeah, Revelations 18:13. Yep. This Revelation chapter 18, verse 13, just to get this point. It says, "And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And that's here in Babylon when this place is going to be destroyed. There's these are going to be what's going to be destroyed here in Babylon. You're going to have slaves and the souls of men, which a lot of men here in Babylon have given over their soul already. you know but you have actual slaves here in Babylon, because that's all you really are here in Babylon, is a slave. You just work and be in a servile state, while and bring in the crop of this country's wealth, while someone else gains the profit from it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna go more into it in this article. I'm gonna get, because that's the whole thing about a global police state. They pretty much try to they wear you out and soak you up, so that they can get all the money from it, and then you just, while they get richer and richer, you get poorer and poorer. You know what I'm saying? Then they just that creates a divide to where you have to obey what they're saying. Hold on, let me go to back to the let me go back to the article. Salakia. Go back to the article. Salakia. Salakia, brother. Yep. It says back in the article, it says the capitalist class appropriates as profit much of the wealth society collectively produces, so that as the system churns out wealth, the mass of workers cannot actually consume it. So people not actually consuming the wealth, even though they churning out the majority of it. And here it go right here. It says the gap grows between what's produced and what the market can absorb. If capitalists can't sell the products of their plantations, factories, and offices, they cannot profit. Unchecked growing inequality results in stagnation, depression, social upheaval, and war. And that's what's going on, man. A lot of these different plantations and factories and offices, they can't sell their product. They can't sell their product. You know, so that's not giving no one opportunity to produce or profit anything but those that are in power. And while the other ones fall back more and more. And that's why these devils set up this pandemic, this coronavirus pandemic. So a lot of these businesses can get shut down, and the power gap can continue to be widened. So people can continue to need to depend. So people could need to depend on the government more and more. And also to be able to to lessen a rebellion much as uh, possible, because with the less power you have, the less you can do. You know, it says here, go right here. This the key point on it, because I love this point. I always touch on this. You know, it says the richest 1% in 2016, which I was watching this news article I was telling you brothers about on RT earlier. You know what I'm saying? And the guy was saying that over 1% of the world controls over 50% of the world's of the world's wealth. And then you got um those who bring in the majority, the 85% of the working class of humanity throughout the world. They actually control only 5% of the world's surplus or money. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge ass gap. And then within that, in that 1%, they was talking about guys like Warren Buffett. You know what I'm saying? So like you got guys like Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett. You know what I'm saying? What's another one? Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they're not even the top 1% of these. There's a 1% within the 1%. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they control the lesser 1%. They control over 50% of world's the world's overall profit and money. So imagine how much these elites really, you know, because they own these other 1%. So they really pretty much control the whole world's uh outtake and intake of everything. You know what I'm saying? Which they do. They control media. They control religion. You know, they control schooling. You know, they control anything you could think of. They control it. You know, it says the richest 1% in 2016 controlled over half the world's wealth. 20% controlled 95% of that wealth, while the remaining 4 out of 5 of humanity lived on 5%. You know, so these devils, man, they're complete devils, man. You know, why in the fuck would you want to live in a place like this when these people got all this type of money? They got all this type of money, but they ain't doing nothing but oppressing you, man. You know, these people, the people who run the world, they don't have no good intentions for you. They don't have no good uh like they don't have no good outlet for you. They're not worried about your future, man. You know, they want to see you destroyed. You know, it says this concentration of wealth and the impoverishment and disposition of the majority means that the transnational capitalist class can't find outlets to unload the surplus it has accumulated. It says the Great Recession of 2008 marked the onset of a deep structural crisis over accumulation. The TCC has turned to financial speculation together with state organized militarized repressive accumulation to sustain global profits in the face of over accumulation. As one speculative sector dries up, the TCC turns to another to unload its surplus capital and product. The latest outlet seems to be information technology, along with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And these devils, they set that all up, man. You can't accumulate from the profit that you gain, and so all the profit that you can accumulate from that you are gaining and the surplus that you gaining from, they just take that extra, man. They just they got you working to only be you. It's a glass ceiling for how much you can only get, and then they skim the rest off the top. You know, these are the people who run the world. You know, Job 9:24. You know, Job 9:24. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. This this Job 9:24. It says the earth, Salaki, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? Yeah, if it's not these people who run the world, then who the hell is it, man? Ain't nobody else doing this, man. Ain't nobody, bro. It says 1% of the world. It says 1%, the richest 1% control over half of the world's wealth, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got all these people um who've been pretty much working their whole lives. You know what I'm saying? Now they can't even pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? Now they can't keep a job. You think these elites give a fuck, man? They let these people die, man. They let these people get kicked out on the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? They let these people just go through whatever they gotta go through, man. Let these people children starve, man. They don't give a damn. That's what they want, man. They want you to be come begging them, man. They want you to come begging them. These devils are not. These devils don't have no good intentions for you, man. There's is no reason for you to be like, oh, okay, I'm cool with living in this world, because the people who run this world, they have a complete agenda to destroy you, man. It's obvious they don't give a damn about you. They control over half the world's wealth. You know what I'm saying? So they can easily, so to speak, pull this country out of the slump that it's in right now. But it was all set up by these devils to put this country like for this country to be like this, so they can implement their new world order. You know, it says I'm gonna read down a little bit more on this article. I got some precepts. I'm gonna try to read a little bit on it. It says it says I'm gonna jump down. It says the gap between the production economy and fixtures capital money in the finance sector with no base and product activity has reached mind-boggling levels. Gross world product, the total value of goods and services, was 75 trillion in 2015, whereas currency speculation alone amounted to 5.3 trillion a day, and the global derivatives market was estimated at 1.2 quadrillion. And this type of this type of money these devils playing with, man. Quadrillions, man. You know what's that? I got that precept. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring it out since you quoted it. Yep, I'm gonna get that. This Proverbs, this Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 31. It says, Salakia, Proverbs 14 and verse 31. It says, "He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor." And it's obvious that these people are the damn devil, man. All right, because they reproach, they don't honor the poor. They don't have mercy on the poor, man. You know, and that's a part of the law. You're supposed to have mercy on the poor, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to just oppress. You're not supposed to oppress the stranger or your brother, man. You're not supposed to do that shit. How about you, my son, not with that bullying stuff, man? And that's what all these devils are about, man. It says, "He that oppresses the poor reproacheth his maker," man. It's Salaki. It says, but read it again. This um Proverbs 14 and 31. It says, "He that oppresses the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor." And this guy, he don't have mercy on the poor. He don't honor his maker. You know, that's because he's the spirit. He's the seed of the spiritual demon Satan. You know, that's who he worships. You know, the spiritual demon Satan is telling this guy what he should do. He's lying unto this guy, feeding him lies so he can continue to so he can upload on himself. Basically, you know, it says back in the article, it says, "But financial speculation is a temporary fix." It says it can't resolve the structural problem over accumulation, as the transfer of wealth from workers to the TCC constricts the market. It says data from 2010 showed that U.S. companies were sitting on 1.8 trillion in uninvested cash. Corporate profits have been at new record highs while corporate investment declined. Right. Also, the rich are getting richer. You know what I'm saying? And the poor are getting poorer. You know, it says the TCC has acquired a vested interest in war. Oh man, so that's what it's all about, man. Funding war, because there's big money behind war, man. You know what I'm saying? There's big money behind war. You know, but there ain't no money in it for the average Joe. The average Joe, what the hell he capitalizing off of war? He not getting no money from no war. You know, these big top elites, they the ones who getting funding and profits from wars, man. You know what I'm saying? Bombing people and taking their resources, man. What the hell is the average Joe getting from that though? You know, who are really who are bringing all these profits in for the nation to be able to buy these different militarized products, and really all all this money that's going into militarized funding is to ultimately uh oppress and suppress you even more. You know, because they're gonna eventually have the military over here on your ass, man. You know, which we coming into that time right now. Why you think all these uproars going on in America right now, man? Because and all the defunding of the police is going on because these devils is finna usher in the military out here, man. All right, they finna start implementing this draconian law. You know, let's get this in Proverbs 29:2 with the brother Kazak pulled this this Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That's what's going on right now. You know, the people are mourning all throughout the world right now, man, because you got the wicked in authority. They control over half the world's wealth. Really, and more than that, they control all the world's wealth. If you want to really get down to the nitty gritty, man. All these corporations, man, they're owned by the elite, man. They own these corporations. These corporations, they can't even get all of their profits. You know what I'm saying? Because of the market that these elites have set up, the TCC market. You know, which they capitalize off this TCC market. You can't even reap all the benefits of your corporation, even if you start a corporation. You know, and who that money going to is going to the elites. You know, so it's always a glass ceiling in this place. You can get money, and and start a business or a corporation. But at the end of the day, these devils, they still own your corporation. You can't even get all the money off of your corporation, man. Even after paying taxes, it's only a certain amount of profit you can bring in, man. You know, no matter of fact, let's get this. These devils are sick, man. These devils are sick. Let me get this real quick. It's one of my favorites. This Sirach chapter 40 and verse 25. It says, gold and silver make the foot stand sure, but counsel is esteemed above them both. And that's why we as men of the Lord have to continue to serve you. How about Shema with fear and trembling, man? You know what I'm saying? Not be worried about trying to get something in this world, because it's first and foremost, it's obvious that this place is falling apart, man. That's obvious, man. It's obvious that this place is completely crumbling, man. This article is a key attestation of that, man. You know, that we head into a capitalistic totalitarian government, man. You know, so it's counsel is esteemed above gold and riches, because it tell you about in James the 5th chapter. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick. How these devils, they done heaped up all these treasures, you know, but that's not gonna be able to deliver them, you know. Let's get that. James 5. Salakia. This this James chapter 5 verse. I just start from the top. This James chapter 5 verse 1 says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped up treasures together for the last days." It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." You know, well, here I just read the rest of it. It says, verse 5, "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter." It says, "Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you." And that's why Yahweh Shemashah is going to destroy these devils, man, and these elites. This is why it's going to be a heavy translation of power, man. You know, because you think you can't build a house by the fraud, by the fraud and deceit. You know, which you speak about it in Sirach the 10th chapter, man. You know, ultimately Yahweh Shemashah is going to bring your structure down, bring your power structure down when you do that. You know, let's get this back in there. Also, like you, I had a little bit more on this about 40. My fault. I'm gonna go back to the article, try to read a little bit more on it. This back in Sirach 40 and 25, it says, "Gold and silver make the foot stand assured, but counsel is esteemed above them both. Riches and strength lift up the heart, but the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is above them both. There is no want in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, in need of not to seek help." You know, so that's it. You know, and when you got fear in the Lord, you don't need nothing else, man. You know, you don't need fear nothing else. When you fear Yahweh Shemashah, you ain't even got to worry about these devils and what they doing right now. We can see from the down the pipeline what these devils are trying to do, but we don't fear that. You know why? Because we fear Yahweh Shemashah. We know that ultimately Yahweh Shemashah set these devils up to accomplish his will, you know, on the left hand side, to bring forth his will on the right hand side, which is the kingdom of heaven. So that's why we don't fear this, you know. It says, I'll read a little bit more on this, verse 27. "The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is a fruitful garden, and covereth him above all glory." It says, "My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg." And that's why a lot of these people are going to die, you know, because they're gonna beg Esau, Edom to give them some of the things that they've accumulated. They're gonna beg Esau, Edom to they're gonna beg Esau, Edom to do something for them, give them some of their wealth that they've accumulated. You know, you're gonna have. That's why a lot of these upwards people gonna be like, "Man, look, I've been working my whole life. I know y'all gotta give me something." You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no point to beg these devils. They're not gonna give you nothing, man. You know, we supposed to be begging you. How about Shema Shah, the Lord willing to deliver us the hell out of this place, man? You know, Salakia. Put my phone on the charger. Salak. Let's see. Salakia, brothers. Yep, the brother dropped two good ones. There's Zephaniah 1:18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. It says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. It says, he shall make a speedy, even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Yeah, so that's why we are not to worry. How about Shema Shah? You're gonna make a speedy riddance of these people, man. You know, they've heaped up treasures for the last days. It took these devils years and years to, and all type of wicked wicked plans they had to put together, and schemes they had to put together, and devices and plots they had to put together to be able to accumulate these things that they have accumulated, But how about Shema Shah is gonna just bring the eggs down like this, you know. Proverbs, yep, two good ones. Let me get that Ezekiel 7. That's a fire one too. This Ezekiel 7:19. It says, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither their bowels. It's like it neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Yeah, these devils, man. You know what I'm saying? These devils actually think that they're that them and their agenda to be able to rule over the people and keep the people suppressed and oppressed is what's going to be able to keep them in power. But really, that's what's going to get your ass destroyed, man. That's why I say in Sirach, the 26th chapter, he that dig of a pit shall fall therein. You know, let's try to get a little bit more of this article. It says, but financial speculation is a temporary fix. It cannot resolve. Yeah, okay, we read that part. It says, I'm gonna try to get some more. Oh, let's jump down right here. It says the day after Trump's victory in 2016, the stock price of Corrections Corporations of America, largest for-profit immigrant detention and prison company in the U.S., soared 40%. 40%. 9 and Trump immediately reversed the decision to end privatized detention centers. Wow. So these elites, they set Donald Trump up, man. They set Donald Trump up to continue to enslave our people, by the way, too. With these privatized detention centers, man. You know, it says the stock soared 40% when Trump was put into office, man. So these privatized detention centers, man, they were set up by the elite, and they put Donald Trump in office to have these so these private detention centers can continue to flourish, which they're capitalizing off the oppression of our people. It says the Pentagon budget increased 91% from 1998 to 2011. From 2001 to 2011, military industrial profits nearly quadrupled. Total defense outlays, military intelligence agencies, Homeland Security grew from 1.4 to 2.3 trillion between 2008 and 2015, and have increased with bipartisan approval under Trump. So it's money in beef. It's money in beefing with these other nations, man. You know, it's money in beefing with these other nations, because you could you could continue to invest in these militarizations, in these military products and factories, and they continue to make the rich richer, man. Kind of brother said, Khan, he's owned by the state of Israel. They gave him money. They bail him out of a couple out a couple different times on some of his loans he didn't make good on. He was even given the Kabbalah Tree of Life Award. God, no, yep. And that's why this devil said that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, man. You know, this devil it's all the agenda. Like you said, he's owned by the state of Israel, which the state of Israel is owned by these Rockefellers, you know, and these Rothschilds, man, through the damn Balfour Declaration, man, you know, which they, like you said, they all own they own Donald Trump, man, you know, and that's why all these different things are happening throughout the world, man, you know, and which is further leading to more suppression and oppression of our people and everyone, man, because they oppress them own selves, you know. It says, oh man, here it go right here. It says, because they've saying this in the article earlier too. It says simultaneously, the war on drugs constitutes the axis around which a program of militarized accumulation and capitalist globalization revolves in Mexico, Colombia, and elsewhere. Which they were saying in the news story earlier on RT that the war on drugs is not even nothing about drugs, man. It ain't got nothing to do with damn drugs, man. You know, it says the war on drugs is a long-term fix to capitalism woes, observes journalist Down Pauly, combining terror with policy making in a neoliberal mix, cracking open territories once unavailable to globalized capitalism. It says crucial to the global police state is the development of digitalization. The tech sector is at a cutting edge of capitalist globalization. Computer technology introduced in the 80s provided for original technological basis for globalization. Now the fourth industrial revolution, which they call this shit the Great Reset, another name for it is the Great Reset, the fourth industrial revolution. It's based on robotics. Oh my goodness. And that's why this devil Elon Musk been set up, man. You know, con. It says now the fourth industrial revolution is based on robotics, 3D printing, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, bio and nanotechnology, quantum and cloud computing, new forms of energy storage, and autonomous vehicles, all of which eliminate the need for vast numbers of workers. So they don't want you working because they want to create a world with paradism. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna get this the word paradism. This what these devils are trying. These devils are trying. They want you to be under submission of them, man. You know, they just want you walking around out here like a zombie, uh, completely into in complete subjection. You know. Let me see if I can get this. Lord willing, I spelled it right. Like, I ain't gonna hold up too much time, you know. But I'm gonna just explain it. I want to get the definition for it though. Um, Salaki, bear with me. Salaki. It ain't it ain't gonna let me do it. I might be saying it wrong or spelling it wrong, but it's called like paradism, or I believe it's paradism if I'm not mistaken. But it's a world where Esau pretty much he don't want nobody doing nothing. He want everybody in complete subjection, man. He don't want nobody working. He don't want nobody going to the grocery store. He don't want nobody even damn near having sex, man. He don't want nothing. He just want everything under complete subjection. You know, that's the world where that's where we headed right now. You know, that's why we're headed into a global police state. You know, that's why we're on the brink of a global police state. You know, it says digitalization has revolutionized warfare. New systems include AI powered weapons, like unmanned tanks and trunks, robot soldiers, autonomous super drones, which they gonna bring these robot soldiers over here, you know. Um, yep, yep, that's what, yep, kind, bro. Want you completely powerless and docile, man, you know. And they doing this on a grand scale, you know. It says, um, I'm trying to get a little bit more on this article. Man, this article is good. There's a lot on it, but just for time's sake, I'm gonna try. Let me see if I could. It's by system change, not climate change. Or you could just type in global police state on Google, and it should be come up in like your first five notes, man. You know, but yeah, this is what this is what these devils are pushing, man. You know, to pretty much completely take away the power from the citizen and the people, and implement their new world order. That's what time we in right now. You know, so I'm gonna get some scripts. Let's get a couple scripts before we wrap it up. Let's get this in Deuteronomy. Yeah, the water, bro. Parrotism, parrotism, mindless imitation, also called parity. There it go, right there. That's it, right there. You know where they just they want you mindless, man. They want you mindless, and they want mindless imitation. You know, which is gonna be this artificial intelligence, man, and this digitalization. You know, that's why everything is being pushed towards like I said, quantum computing and nanotechnology and biotech. You know what I'm saying? And, different energy sources, 5G. You know, because this lessens the power of the people, man, and gives the elite more power, man. You know, which a lot of these corporations are being forced to link up with these different quantum computing corporations and these different 5G technologies, so that these the elites can continue to profit even more and take more power away from even these corporations whom have all the power, man. You know, let's get Deuteronomy 24 24 and 24 and 14. This Deuteronomy chapter 24 verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates." It says, "And at his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and set of his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and it be sin unto thee." You know, so that's wicked as hell, man. To withhold wages from someone, you know, to not be able to let someone get all of their wages, which these devils are all about, you know, and oppressing a higher servant, oppressing the poor and needy, man. You know, that's wicked, man. That's highly wicked. Yahweh Shema Shai is not with it. Which this devil, he's all about that, man. You know, and Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not just gonna let that slide, you know. Which this guy, he transgresses all the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. You know. Um, Let me get that Proverbs 14:31 again, which you had brought out, because it link up with that Deuteronomy 24. It's Proverbs chapter 14 in verse 31, it says, "He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor." You know, so he that honoreth his maker have mercy on the poor, man. You know, that's you, and that's why you just not supposed to smash on people or bully people or treat anybody any type of way, man. You know what I'm saying? Even for us in the faith, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to just smash on those who are without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Because that's like they're not us honoring our maker, man, because Yahweh Shema Shai could easily have us in that position, man. Which Esau Edom, he was made to be in that position. So this guy, he's really sick, man. You know, he's really sick. You know, let's get Ecclesiastes 5. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 5 in verse 8. It says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. You know what I'm saying? So if you see oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment, which that's all that happens here in Babylon the Great and throughout the world, you know, the oppression of the poor, you know, um, violent perverting of judgment, injustice, you know. Well, it says marvel not at that fact, at that matter, because he that is higher than the highest regarded, and there be higher than they. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shema Shai, he see the lead, he got the lead in his pocket, man. He know everything that they doing, man. Yahweh Shema Shai, he not gonna let none of this slide, man. You know, that's why we're not supposed to get ruffled up, let our feathers get ruffled up by all these things that's going on throughout the world, because ultimately Yahweh Shema Shai, he send these devils up for the okie doke, you know. Yeah, they do everything to contradict the scriptures. Why? Because they're the adversary. They're Satan, you know, which Satan means adversary, you know. So they're the they're the spiritual adversary unto the heavenly Father in His law, statutes, and commandments. You know, um, let's get Sirach. It's Sirach chapter 35 and verse 13. It says, he will not accept. It says he will not accept any person against a poor man, but he will hear the prayer of the oppressed. Right. So Yahweh Shema Shai, he gonna hear the oppressed. He gonna hear the prayer of the oppressed. You know, which we are the oppressed. You know, and that's why it's so important for us to pray. You know, and that's why our people are supposed to be begging Yahweh Shema Shai rather than leading a beggar's life, asking this devil for help. You know, this devil is not gonna help you. He wants to destroy you, man. You know, he wants to destroy you, man. So instead of crying out to these devils who committing all this type of wickedness and got all this type of wealth, you know, and creating all these type of different plots and devices to continually keep you oppressed and suppressed, cry out to Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, yep, let's get that. This Romans chapter 12 verse 19, it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will pray, said the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. Yeah, it says, avenge not ourselves, man, because we know in Hebrews the 10th chapter said, well, like it just said in this verse, you know, vengeance belongeth to me, speaking of the Heavenly Father, man. Yahweh Shema Shai, he's the one that's going to execute vengeance upon our enemies. That's why I tell you in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter to wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey. You know, so we have to wait upon the Heavenly Father, man. You know, we ain't got to do nothing but continue to cry out to Yahweh Shema Shai for, you know, the wicked to be destroyed. You know, our people to get out of this under the hold of Satan, from under the hold of Satan. You know, pray that, you know what I'm saying, you know, we can dwell in the land wherein dwell of righteousness, man. You know, and just continue to wait for the Lord to make things happen, man. Because he gonna do it. Yahweh Shema Shai, he said he is the highest in the higher regard. If he's not gonna let these the wicked continue to just continually oppress the poor and continue to spit in his face, man. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai, not he's gonna definitely requite that. You know, let's get this. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 16. It says, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. And that's that's what's going to happen. That's why we ain't got to worry, you know, because it says, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. So this devil is for to surely come to want. That's for sure. You ain't got to worry about that. He oppresses the poor to increase his riches, man. You know, he gives it to the rich, man. The richer continue to get richer, man, and the poor continue to get poorer, man. You know, it says, and most jakes are carnal, like the brother said. And most jakes are carnal. Us being Jake, knowing that quite well, our people are quick to pick up arms. Yeah, Yeah, man. But that's a part of the suppression and the oppression of the enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it right there. You know, to 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 he wants you in of his box of thinking so he can control you, man. You know what I'm saying? Long as you thinking within the parameters of the of how he wants you to think, he can control and oppress and suppress you. You know what I'm saying? That's why, he feeds off of our people's our people's natural uh nature to want to fulfill out their lust and the lust that he plays off their flesh, you know, which being fleshly links up with being carnal, you know. Yep, yep. I was thinking that precept. That's a beautiful precept. Yep. Kind. I'm gonna get a couple more of these. This Job chapter 20 in verse. Let me see my start up. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just because this whole chapter banging, but I'm gonna just read from right here. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall his the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Yeah, this devil is not going to rejoice therein, just like we brought out in Proverbs 22. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches shall surely come to want. You know, he that giveth to the rich, he's going to surely come to want, man. You know, and it says as his substance is, so his restitution be. You know, it says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his feet, it's like none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Shemashah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, so Yahweh Shemashah is finna bring this devil down right now, man. Because it looked like this devil winning. He's finna triumph, you know. But meanwhile, Yahweh Shemashah setting up something crucial for him, man. You know, it says he's going to rain it upon him while he is eating. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in strength, man. You know, so with this economy completely faltering, everybody becoming more and more dependent on the government. You know what I'm saying? The upwards of the people going on throughout all throughout the world, even here in America, heavily. Election day on the brink. The police being funded. Martial law on the brink. The RFID microchip on the brink. Throughout all this, yeah, this how we know Yahweh Shemashah is finna get this guy. This how we know that Yahweh Shemashah is finna get this guy. Because that's when Yahweh Shemashah is gonna get him. He gonna wait. He gonna butter him all up to make sure for him to think that he gonna be good. That he gonna get his ass, man. You know. Yep, that's a good precept too. Yep, Proverbs 10:2. It says, "Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness deliver from death." Yep, and that's why it's key and vital for us to continue in righteousness, man. Because righteousness is what's going to deliver us from death, man. Doing things of the flesh that can't deliver us, man. The flesh is what's going to destroy us, man. So we have to continue to sow to the spirit, man. You know, and not give ourselves over to the flesh, man. You know. His Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 1. It says, "Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels." And that's what Yahweh Shai is doing to these devils, man. He's searching out their counsels, man. He's searching out their works, man. To see if they're worthy of being judges, man. But here go right here. It says,
because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh Shemel Shai, horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. And then link up with that Zephaniah 1 and 18, which you brought out earlier, brother Kazak, you know, about how Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to make a speedy riddance of them, man. You know, it says, for mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty man shall be mightily tormented. You know, it said. Let's read verse 7. It says, for he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness, for he have made the small and great and care for all alike. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shema Shah, he's not gonna he's not going to he's not gonna stand in awe of any man's greatness, man. You know, small or great, it don't matter. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatah, Shalom, bro. You know, I'm about to get ready to wrap it up. Like I got like a couple more pre's, so Lord willing, you could text me after this. We can set one up. I got this in Job 27:13. It's Job chapter 27 and verse 13. It says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh Shema Shai, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. They that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver." Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. This devil, he's just accumulated all these different things to pretty much uh give it back to our people, man. You know, hey, the water to you brothers, man. The water to you brothers, man. You know, it says he buildeth his house as a moth and as a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. It says, terrors take a hold on him as waters, and tempest stealeth him away in the night. You know, yep, yeah, kind. That's what's. Oh, might as well read the rest. It says, the east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place. For Yahweh Shema Shah shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. Yep, and that's what's going on right now. This devil, he's finna be out of his place, and he's gonna and we're gonna come into our place, which is as the rightful rulers of the Heavenly Father's earth, man. You know, and the rightful rulers of the universe, really. You know, and we're not gonna press the poor. We're not gonna set up a capitalistic faces totalitarian government based upon wickedness, man. Which ultimately is gonna be a one world government. Yes, it is. Under our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, but it's not gonna be to be able to fulfill wickedness. You know, this is the last precept I got right here. This Isaiah chapter 33 verse 15. It says, "He that walketh righteously and speak uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil, he shall dwell on high. His place on the fence shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His waters shall be sure." Yeah, so that's that's a fire precept. Isaiah 33:15 and 16. Which it says the bread, his bread. It says, "He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly and despises the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hand from the holding of brides, and to stop his ears from the hearing of blood and shutters his eyes from the seeing of evil, he gonna dwell on high, man. He gonna dwell on high. You know, he's gonna have a defense as the munitions of rocks, which, you know, our Lord, he is a rock. You know, he is that rock. You know, it says, and bread shall be given him, his water shall be sure. You know, so that's like, long as we walking uprightly, despising the oppressions of the gain of oppressions, you know, shaking our hands at the at the taking of bribes, you know, and walking uprightly, you know, Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us from this devil, man. He's not going to allow this devil to implement his agenda upon us, you know, and we're going to walk uprightly anyway, because we're not going to accept it, you know. We're going to despise it, you know. Khan, brother, Khan, nah. Yep. So this this is it, man. You know, I pray through the spirit and prophet Yahweh Shai is edifying to all you who may have tuned in. And I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing his truth and faith and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.